Hey, welcome to the Broken for Better podcast.
We're a nonprofit organization with the purpose of equipping your marriage and strengthening your family so that your tomorrow can be better than your today.
Enjoy the episode. Welcome back. We are so glad you're joining us. We're on part 3 of the marriage audit.
The marriage audit.
Just two best friends having conversation. And today we're going to be talking about ruts or routines, specifically regarding our love life. So, yes, this is one of Kurt's favorite topics. He lets you know it every week. But routines.
I don't let them know. Most of the time you say it.
Are you kidding?
I'm definitely not scared to talk about it.
No, we're not scared to talk about it. But it's just it's falling into ruts and routines in and out of the bedroom. But this week it's going to be mainly in. We're going to be talking about that subject, which can be a very hard subject for a lot of couples. Why is that? Why is this topic one that's so hard for a lot of couples?
Man, I think the more that we've learned, the more that we're studying, the more that we're growing in this area, it has become evidently clear that growing up, this is not a topic that your parents talk about.
It's true.
The church doesn't talk about it. Your parents don't talk about it. You don't learn. They'll teach you how to change a tire. They'll teach you how to write a check. They'll teach you how to balance a checkbook. They'll teach you how to do all these things, but nobody talks about how do you do sex and do it well.
Yeah, you just skip over Song of Solomon.
Well, here's here everything has to be learned.
Yeah.
So if parents, church, mentors, counselors aren't going to talk about, well, then you have to learn somewhere. And people now learn what sex looks like through porn, middle school boys. That becomes your
not those two connected. Meaning
educated.
You learned about it at school.
Gosh.
It was just.
No.
Yeah, when you're in the locker room, the
middle school boys telling you what conversation is,
right?
what sex should be, and what you should do and what you shouldn't do, and then
Yes.
you grow up, and now porn is that definer of this is what intimacy looks like, or this is what your wife should do, or this is what you should be doing, and this becomes the display of what, and then all of a sudden now, you catch your spouse in porn and there's a break in the relationship.
Right.
Well, that's all you've learned at what it looks like. And so it's this taboo topic that I think God created for such beauty and it's such a gift. And we've made it this taboo, nasty thing.
Yeah.
And so, yes, it is a topic that I love to talk about. It is a topic that I love that marriages grow on and get better. You know how many conversations we're having when people are, this is not a thing that they do.
Yeah.
Intimacy has become no longer even part of the marriage. And then we wonder why
years.
Porn is huge. We wonder why infidelity is huge.
Yeah.
And it's because we've stopped doing the thing that God gave us as a connector of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love talking about it.
I think too, for women, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the women watching this, it's it can be something that for a lot of women, it's almost held as this reward, right? Man, if everything's going good in marriage, then I want to be physically connected to you. And I think that's a very dangerous game to play. Yes, I don't want to be close to you when I'm struggling with trust. It's very true. That's very, very true. But are you fighting for those things in your marriage that are still very, very important for your spouse? Maybe interest isn't there for you. Maybe there's a lack of desire, but fighting for it has purpose, and not just saying, well, this is who I am now, or, oh, you messed up this, 1 time, 6 times, whatever. You got to fight. You got to fight for that in your marriage because it's very, very important.
Okay.
Really
so absolutely.
Yeah.
We are talking about breaking up boredom.
Yes.
So we're talking about spicing up whatever that. If you're not having it, then you got to start somewhere different.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about, hey, listen, sex has become kind of just, we do it. We do the same way, the same style all the time, and it's just kind of boring.
Yeah.
And I want to spice it up. For us, we've had to have real conversations of what that looks like.
Yeah.
For you and I, our sex lives are completely different. They're the things that, and that's why we said in
You
and out.
mean our drives.
A drive.
Not our lives, because our sex lives are together.
Completely connected.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
our sex lives are different. Our sex drives are different.
Connected.
I was like, well.
But the drives or what gets us out of boredom, what
Yeah.
breaks up routine, that looks different for you and I.
Yes.
We've had to have real conversations.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we said in and out of the bedroom, because for us, breaking up boredom and breaking up routines honestly starts out of the bedroom
Yeah.
and makes its way into the bedroom.
Right.
So let's just say, for instance, out of the bedroom, breaking up routines, looking at things. What are the things that you go, hey, man, when we started doing this, or, in our relationship, we were flatlined here and it carried over to a flatlined here. For you, it's out of the bedroom. That's where, man, you break up that boredom, and man, it enhances you breaking up boredom in the bedroom.
Yeah.
So out of the bedroom, what does that look like?
It's literally like it's setting up. It's setting up the day to be intimate without expectations, which is very, very, very hard. But when you go out of your way to touch the small of my back or hold my hand or put your arm around me, those moments of physical connection all throughout the day pull me in to want to be physically connected in a more intimate way, right? When that doesn't happen and it's just like, hey girl, how you doing? And we haven't talked, we haven't, nothing all day. It's just, it's like back to that same analogy that we probably have all heard, but it's, a lot of times women are crock pots, men are microwaves. So here's, Kurt's wanting to push the buttons 1 minute, heat it up, let's go. And I'm like, have we been like pursuing each other all day and stewing this crock pot and you know what? The crock pot food tastes so much better, let's just say, than those little nasty microwave burritos that you love so much.
Oh, don't knock the burritos.
The 50-cent Walmart burritos, that's his favorite. And I'm like,
I don't know why. They're really not that good, but I love them.
You do. You love them because I think it's convenience. And so sometimes breaking up boredom in the bedroom, and it's not convenient.
Yeah.
It's not convenient. It's so much easier for us to just say, this is what I want. If you don't do this, you're not meeting my expectations. So,
well, I think there's a lot too. Look, I realize I'm surrounded by pillows. I'm now finicking with this pillow. Yeah, I got more pillows here. I don't know what to do with. I think one of the things that really transformed me and made me really begin to look at it differently was, how do I view sex? What is it for?
Yeah.
Right. And the part of my life that sex was for me, about me, for me to feel how I wanted to feel and get what I wanted to get, it's a very selfish act.
Yeah, that's good.
And so in the bedroom, I want it to be selfish. The lead up to it, I want it to be selfish, because this is about me. This isn't about you. I'm trying to get mine.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When you get to this place where you go, man, I really view sex as this tool for us to be connected, to be closer together, to be more united in our communication and our it enhances everything. When I begin to look at it that way, well, now I look at it and go, okay, how do I get us both to this place where it's a thing that enhances everything about the relationship?
Yeah.
That's when I begin to learn, okay, listen, this is not an expectation thing. This is not I'm going to do all of these things to lead up. But I've learned that, hey, listen, these are the things that truly enhance her. Well, she wants to talk more. She wants to be together more, which I know in turn enhances us.
Right.
This has become an us thing. And so breaking up the boredom out of the bedroom was easy, because now I'm finally going, okay, what can I do just to make you happy?
Yeah.
Like, even if it never leads to that, and there's been so many times that I've done all the right things that I could have done, that we could have done it that night.
Right.
But it was like literally, you're my best friend, and I want you to be happy. And so it became this not a selfish act about me, though I love it. I'm about it. It's not about me. It's about us. And when I took that view, it allowed it to move outside the bedroom just as much as we try to break up boredom inside the bedroom.
Yeah. And I don't like using stereotypes because, we meet with women who, they might have a higher sex drive than their husbands do. So I don't want to use stereotypes. When we use our story, this is like we're talking about us. And so obviously, if this isn't you, please know that this can be reversed. So for us, yes, that's our dynamic. But there's also that same sacrificial like love for your spouse, because for you don't necessarily want or need all of that lead up, because we have that microwave mentality. But
girl, listen, let me just clear up any confusion. We don't need any lead up.
We don't need any lead up. I get it.
You just say the word. Word. Say a word. I don't even know what the word is. You say a word and we can get there.
But my point was, I'll take the reins back here a little bit, is speaking of take the reins, women, we can take the reins, or a spouse, whoever you are that might not have that same drive, taking those reins and saying, okay, I want to meet my spouse's needs, and I know that God gave me this as a gift. Mm-hmm. And sex is viewed so often as this like jealous, selfish act. And so it's, man, God gave me this gift. How can I like best utilize this gift that God's given me and see him as like, the song, My Body is a Wonderland, right? Like your body is a wonderland, but your body is yeah, I'm not gonna sing it.
I just keep liking you say it. So
you like it, but like this is the gift that God gave me, and vice versa, to love and nurture. And so there's nothing wrong about that. And so how can I best nurture and love this spouse of mine and be okay with doing things that are, that are fun and different.
Yeah. And there's going to be some things, as you take it from out of the bedroom, as you set up now and you've broke up that boredom outside the bedroom to move in. When you move inside the bedroom, man, be willing to go on a journey.
Yeah.
But here's even for us as we're going, okay, listen, how do we continue our journey?
Yeah.
27 years married, like how do we continue our journey? We have honest conversations.
Right.
Now, some of those conversations, right, they're hard, kind of, because it's hey, so we want to break up boredom. Well, if I say we want to break up boredom, Denette has the ability to immediately take it personal and go, what I heard was, I am boring in the bed. And then she could shut down because now it's become personal.
Yes.
Which
I've done.
You said that, not me. But that's not what that statement is saying.
Yeah.
Maybe boredom isn't the right word. You got to find out how to use a terminology to where we can have honest conversations now to go like, hey, listen, as we continue to enhance our sex life and the intimacy, there's things that I want to try. Let's try some different things. Let's do some different things. But these are conversations that we have together to go, hey, here's the red light, yellow light, green light in our intimacy. Okay, maybe I'm okay with that. That's a green light. And we've talked about this in past pods.
Right, yeah.
But that's a red light. I'm not okay with that. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
This is a yellow. I don't know, maybe if the time's right, the barometric pressure is perfect and temperature's good outside, like maybe it'll happen then. I don't know. But these are honest conversations and nothing being personal. Now, listen. There are certain things that we don't even have to have conversation about because if it's abusive, if it's like not enjoyable to your partner, and then we're not gonna have those conversations.
We ain't got no 50 Shades happening
again
over here.
because we got
50 Shades of Grey. So there ain't no 50 Shades happening over here.
Oh, I've never even seen that movie.
We haven't seen it because it's not going to be. It's borderline porn. But yeah, I'm just saying like.
Hey, listen, and I'm gonna tell you this too, fellas, especially fellas.
Yeah.
Well, even ladies. Pornography is not the definer of what boring and not boring looks like in a bedroom.
Correct. Yes. Correct.
This is an industry that has been created and makes billions on false narratives and sensualizes something that is not truth.
Right.
So if that becomes your definer, and I'm speaking from a place that I lived, to me, that's not boring. That's normal because I watched all these other people do it. That's not normal. So please hear me and go. That's not the definer of what's boring and not boring in a sex life.
Right.
We have the greatest sex now that we've ever, and it's the healthiest, and it's the most pure, and it's a lot of fun, and it's because we have conversation as to, for our relationship.
Yes.
What is beneficial, what is fun, what creates new memories, what's something that we long and enjoy to do, that is the thing that we do, and we do it together. If you're having to create your routines in silence and in secrecy, it's probably not healthy for your bedroom.
That's good. And the conversations are so important because we all do come in with our own baggage, whether it be some past addictions, right? Or whether it be past trauma, sexual trauma. So someone's red light might not be something that has anything to do with you. The conversations are important because that red light might be for something that they're still working through, trauma related, or that was done to them. Or so that's why those conversations are so important, because it allows you into, like, into me, I see, right? That's why intimacy is so important. It's allowing you into, hey, this is where my brain goes when this happens, XYZ, and vice versa. Like, so those are important conversations to have, because when I let you into those places and I feel safe with my spouse, I'm more inclined to have a more interesting, fun sex life with my spouse, because I've let him into those dark places going, man, these things can trigger certain things. So I want you to know the why behind, it's important.
So breaking up boredom.
Yeah.
Music. Look, like, throw some music in there. Change the lighting.
Change the atmosphere.
When I changed our lighting to all red lights and she walked in, that broke up every kind of boredom we ever had.
That did not happen.
Red light. It did happen. I changed our lights to red lights, that one in that one bedroom. The problem is it happened one time. I broke up everything. I turned the red lights on. She walked in. She's like, yeah, we're not doing this.
All I could think of the song was Roxanne. I was like, no, I'm not Roxanne.
But change the lighting, change the music, change the, like.
Yeah.
And listen, people always ask, toys, is it good or is it not good? You have to discuss that with your partner.
Absolutely.
You have to talk about that. Now, I'm going to tell you, anything that you put your eyes onto to visualize and potentially lust after, those are no's for me.
Yeah.
Those are things that you're going, no, that allows your mind to go, well, I can watch porn and not be like that. Mm-mm. That's not true.
Right.
That's not truth.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or it literally hurts where your partner is, because now they're having to look at something that they can't live up to either. So, I just will tell you, talk about the things. You want to change places? Go do it. Man, go in the backyard. Do it in the backyard. That's great. Excellent. I mean,
on a hike.
On a hike. Oh, my. You know what? I'm a hiker. Let's go on a hike. I had no idea that was what we did on hikes. Wow. You never.
Okay, but you know what? I want to say too. I know we're about at the end wrapping this up, but like we as females, so guys, you can have the porn addictions, and women do too, and we go certain places to get certain things that we shouldn't. We can also do the same thing when it comes to romance, right? Hallmark has built an entire industry with the same plot, same storyline, because it's like this knight in shining armor that comes in and does all the things right, and that's not reality. So it's building new realities with our spouse that are going to breathe life into our spouse. So if we're bringing in something that's hurting our spouse, whether it be porn or unmet expectations outside the bedroom, expecting them to meet this, tick all of these boxes in order for this night to happen or this connection point to happen, that's not necessary. I want to die to self and love this man the way that God intended for us to, and vice versa. So how do I sacrifice and love you the best that I can? And that's what it boils down to.
Got to try it. Try different things. Try different places. Try lingerie. I could care less. I think lingerie looks best piled up on the floor. That's where I think lingerie looks best. But try the different things that bring joy. You should laugh and be enjoyable about it. Have real conversations.
Surprise date night.
Seek coaching if you need it. I mean, it may be an area that you really have to seek coaching in, because there's past trauma and there's past hurts. And so you really need to get some wisdom and some clarity and some healing and some things. So seek help in it.
Yeah.
Don't let things that shouldn't define what your sex life look like.
Yeah.
Don't let those be the definers of what sex looks like in your home.
Yes. Speaking of coaching, next week,
I cannot, man.
I know.
I'm jacked.
I know. So we're not going to have our pod next week, because next week is our live virtual coaching. And we are excited. How do you be a part? You literally become a monthly sponsor. We're going to be having a live Facebook group where everybody can talk, join. You don't even have to. If you don't want to be on video, you don't have to be. But we would love for you to be, because we want to build a community that is about building healthy, strong marriages. And so we know these pods are great, but we also want to give more resources and tools. Why?
We know these pods are great.
I mean, I hope they're great.
I think they're great. We watch them and think they're great.
I'm saying I know this is a tool that's
Yes.
great, right? But we want to go a step further. So we want you to join us. We want you to join us
I
on
think
this
one of
journey.
the things I'm most excited about that one is the interactive part, the being able to ask questions. Because
Yeah.
every time we've done something like this, the questions that have come, even when we do our stronger weekends,
Yes.
when we give people space to ask real questions, it's crazy. Some of the questions that are out there, very real, very honest, very vulnerable and authentic.
Very real.
But it's
Yeah.
people, it's the things they're dealing with. And
Yeah.
so I think that's one of the things I'm most, the live portion, to be able to answer questions that are
Yeah.
asked and really do it. So
And just to know that you're not alone, right? I think one of the biggest things, do you see a couple that comes in for coaching, a lot of times they come in going, we're so messed up. We're so not normal. That's not truth.
Yeah.
That's a lie. So seeing that there's other couples that want to have healthy, strong marriages, build it. We're all walking through this journey together. We're all walking it. I think it's powerful. It's powerful. Yeah.
I love it. So encourage you. Remember, that's any kind of support. We just are really, putting value to what it is. You would spend $150 a session to go get coaching.
Yeah.
This is any kind of monthly support. So just encourage you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for those that do it.
Yes.
Appreciate that. But I encourage you to be a monthly supporter. Get the
Yeah.
link. It'll be in 7 days. We're doing it.
Yes.
We're looking forward to that.
Can't
So
wait.
another great one. Man,
Yeah.
January's been great. Boredom. Remember, continue to audit your marriage, your relationship. Look at every aspect. Be willing to go through it with a fine-tooth comb and find the areas that aren't the healthiest.
Yeah. Ask the questions. Thanks for joining us.
Hey. I love you, girl.
I love you too.
All right, listen. We're out of here. We'll see you in a couple weeks. I'll see you next week on the live.
That's right. Next week.
Once again, we want to say thank you for tuning in to this week's episode. Our true desire is this has brought value to you, your marriage, and or your family. The fact is, we can't do what we do without the support of you. By your liking, subscribing, and sharing this content, it reaches to those that are beyond our reach. Also, we would encourage you, check out our website, brokenforbetter.com. Become a monthly supporter, because by you supporting us, you too are making a difference in marriages.
We want to stay connected with you. So follow us on all the different social media platforms at Broken for Better, because on those different platforms, we're going to be giving tools, we're going to have events, all the different ways that we can stay connected, and we want to be connected.
One of the terms that we've adopted is, if your marriage will visit a fitness center, you too can avoid a trauma center. We truly believe in marriage coaching. It doesn't matter what season of life you're in, whether your marriage is a 10 or whether your marriage is a 1. We offer marriage coaching to take it to another level.
Thank you for joining us.